She swung that shit. She like, I'm gonna call your PO, and they're gonna move you down here. I'm like, yeah, all right, okay, hey, but shit, go ahead, shoot your shot, baby. You know what I mean? And sure enough, before I knew it, I was hopping on a motherfucking plane from Minnesota down to Florida while on parole in Minnesota. And I would come back every 30 days to check in. So I would fly back to Minnesota to check in. Shit, she did it. If the checks and balances are that simple to where you can just use your business and say that, yes, uh, we are an organization that helps felons when they get out to be on track and have great jobs, and we train them and woo woo woo. She made up all kinds of shit, and they went for it. Is her story what she says, or this shit was once again orchestrated. It just seems so. It's too simple when it's usually hard. And on my last check-in, I had one PO. She was a black chick. You know, all right, she was cool. Whatever. I don't know. She never came to check on me. That was cool. I mean, that's how a nigga like it. Leave me the fuck alone. You know. Then she left while I was in Florida. I ended up with a new dude, some white dude, and the last time that I saw him, I didn't have to fly back to check in. He was like, "Oh shit, just meet me at the airport. I'm in Florida." Really? Why are you in Florida? POs POs come to do states to check. Oh, it's like, oh no, I'm here visiting family, and while I'm here, hey, you can come see me at the airport while I'm leaving, and that'll be your last check-in. And have a great life, Mister Young. Coincidence? I don't, maybe not, whatever. He was in Florida. uh, so I'm down there with her, running my business. You know, that bitch didn't turn out to be nothing like what she said or what she was really about. And nigga, I was thirsty. I wanted to get the fuck out of Minnesota. She's one of them chicks. I've been to school, so I know how to do stuff. And when she did it, she found out that there's just a little more to it. Retard. So her business endeavors, considering the credit field, she was not too prosperous. And then she met your boy, and I blowed her up. My first business, my very first business. Never had a business before that. I've organized some things, but never had no business. It was pretty good for a minute. And then it makes me want, like, what the fuck? Did she sabotage us then? Because that's what it's starting to seem like. This is their MO. They plant people to sabotage you. Or in the end, when they're, you know what I mean? It's like the mob, baby, when they're ready to cash out, it's like this building, it ain't gonna produce no more money. Fuck it, set it on fire and collect insurance money now. I mean, you run it into the ground until there's no more to get up out of it. But she definitely did both. Cause the first time I fell off down there, I fell off down that motherfucker. I can't say the first time. When I fell off, And it was so bad, we lost our house in Daytona Beach. And nigga, we was in the car for about a week, in the tent, lived in a tent for about a week, and finally found another place, and like needed money like now. So I went from living in a $800,000 house right on the intercoastal in Daytona Beach on Riverside Drive to, man, a roach motel, and having to go work construction. You know, in my field, you need operating money until the money comes. You know, months. You know, when the bag comes. You know, 50, 100 grand, whatever. But until then, you need to live. So had to. And I think she was the cause of that. She she blamed it on on the food that even I think, but at the same time I'm thinking he might not have did it. But the guy that created all of our websites, links, backlinks, capture pages, email funnels, you know what I'm saying? She didn't pay him the last of his money, and all of a sudden we were being hacked. Like total ruin almost overnight. All the damage this guy caused, or whoever it was. I could actively, like what I'm doing now, sitting and looking, I could be sitting in front of my laptop on whatever I'm on, and something would take control. I could see it moving the mouse. I would lose all control. It would type shit, send shit, delete shit right in front of me. And I couldn't do nothing to stop it. That one's still a mystery. You know, I was fresh out of clues, but you know, it was damage done. Money's lost. Like there has to be some way to repair, help, stop the bleeding. You know, insurance covers something, 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 something. Well, you know, without that, you know, without a police report and all that good, so you know, heck, had to do what motherfucker had to do. Police said they couldn't do nothing. Had to contact the feds. The feds just like, oh shit, there ain't shit we can do. You know, the IP address that this shit comes from, it's from in another country. So you know, in short, you know, sorry, Mr. Young, that this happened to you, but you're fucked. So I don't know if she had anything to do with that. That was the first time motherfuckers mobbed on me, got me, stuck me up. Man, they been getting me smooth, man. Like these motherfuckers ain't doing no jump out boy shit, but they will capitalize off a niggas' ignorance. I don't know shit about hacking no computer. I don't gaslight people and stage events for them to be fucked off. Don't make no false reports on nobody. So you get investigated, and then whatever you might have going on, you know, that hey, you're popped. You know, that's what they do, and they're dedicated. Like, what type of chick would you have to be to literally suck a nigga dick, garble the balls, fuck, swallow my nut, all of that, so you can watch me? You know what I mean? And when you think back and you realize, like, and we didn't even, you know what I'm saying? Not too many times. Because I felt it. Nah, you're false, man. I was trapped, though. I was stuck like a dummy. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I went down there on parole. And you can't just jump back and forth like, yeah, I'm not, I want to come back. You know what I mean? I'm stuck. So I wrote it out. And, you stick around long enough, you're like, all right, man, she a punk ass bitch, but I'm with the bitch now. So you take that kind of stance. But I noticed something about her and the other ones that I know they've sent is they can't hide it. It is a how you say a pet peeve of theirs, or yeah, a pet peeve, or it irritates them seriously to see you win in any kind of way. That's a telltale sign. It's almost like they can't help it, whether or not they're told to sabotage everything you do in some kind of way is one thing, but when you're winning or something good happens, make it come up, something goes through, gets approved, you'll feel it, you'll see it, you'll smell it, you'll hear it, the way they talk. You're like, oh shit, these motherfuckers just approved me for that loan, bitch. Oh, we good. Oh, why are you getting loans? Or whatever, however, in some type of motherfucking way. They can't even hide it. The disdain for you, or I should say for me, speaking of nobody else's situation. But I know others are going through it. Just ain't met that. Met a whole bunch of pretenders, fakers, trying to, but they always give themselves away because not only are they doing too much, going too overboard with the script, you'll damn near sense they're making a mockery of you. Like, you know, is some type of fairy tale. Your life is a fairy tale. And they'll give themselves away also with where they got the information from. I've on purpose been strategic with the things I tell people. So I know if it gets out, I know. I told you for a reason. And you were the only one. And then so and so made an innuendo or a slick comment that was in reference but not directly. The only person it could have came from was you. You see what I mean? You gotta be on point. They're trading information. Always keeping up tabs so they have information to utilize on what they think will trigger you. They can trap you with, you know. I mean, don't love going to Starbucks every morning or whatever, and they know it, and all of a sudden they decided to pop up and surprise, I went and got you some Starbucks this morning. Mm, mm. That's how they moving. I already lost myself. Fuck. But we're just gonna kick it. Um, I know that bitch sabotaged that first time. Fell off. Uh, uh, Bounced back a little. Didn't get, the big house on the intercoastal. Had to go rent the bottom of a duplex, you know, for a minute. But the whole time, it's nothing but bickering, arguing, bickering, you know what I'm saying? That type of. So a nigga reaches his peak, and I'm finally off parole. So I go to do what my original plan was. I go to Vegas. I started doing pretty good in Vegas. So basically, we broke up. I broke up. We broke up. But it, nigga can't be too bogus. I left you a house and a car. How bogus am I? You didn't deserve that. I worked that whole time. You were fronting like you were pulling the business back together, but you didn't pull shit. Once again, and that's another telltale sign, my nigga. The motherfuckers that don't produce, they always got an excuse, or you find out that they're not about what they, you know what I'm saying? And you think, okay, she might have some scruples. Let me put her on. No, nigga. If they come lacking, they're lacking. Period. Probably the only thing they can do is flat back. So if you ain't macking, let that bitch go. I ain't talking to everybody for that one. I'm just talking to somebody that recognize the demons in these motherfuckers. I know the games that they're playing, but it's disguised as though it's mediocrity or naive. Their roles that they play, and they will play it all the way to have you fucked off if you allow it. You have to stop it, kill it in its tracks. But I leave, go to Vegas, I bubble up, running the brother's office that showed me a lot about credit when I got out. Much thanks. Even he was acting janky, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be humble. I'm the one that's in need. I'm living out in his casita, driving his truck, working in his office. So I didn't pressure. When he started cashing, bet here we go. Fix my credit from the last time that I fucked it up. But it's a great thing about credit. You fuck it up, repair it, fuck it up again. That's not no advice to nobody. Uh, so here I'm ready to do another round. The first time I ran up a quarter mil, I'm trying to do it again. You know, there's ways you can fix your report and you can run it up that good, and some you can kind of just stop the leakage so you can get a little bit. Well, that's kind of where I was in that situation. You know, I was able to, I think I ran up about 40 bands, you know, uh, and I got the bands and the charger. So I had the bands and the charger, 40 bands, and I don't even think I was out there 6 months. But all the weird shit started like, man, before I even got there. A brother that, once again, I know somebody else that was a plant, but I don't know for what. So I got a homie. I still consider him my homie. He was funny acting, and I peeped it, and he disappeared. But every now and then, I would rap with him, because when I got out, He got out the same day. In the same bullpen, got sent to the same halfway house, put into the same room. All right, the brother was cool. We kicked it. You know what I'm saying? I saw a lot in him that I saw in me. You know, so I'm like, all right, kicked it with him. He was cool. Uh, Kicked it in Minnesota a little bit. Uh, he was in a tight situation. I told him I was in the same thing. You know, give me a minute. I'm gonna run out to Vegas and I'll be straight, and then I can help you out. Not one time did he say he was going to Vegas. You don't got any money to go to Vegas. Why are you going to Vegas? Vegas only came up in the conversation when I said that I was going to Vegas. Well, turns out he had a sister. Crazy bitch. Sexy as hell though. Crazy than a motherfucker. Well, all of a sudden, I touched down in Vegas, and a day or two goes by, I get settled in or whatever, and he calls me, and we rapping, and he's like, "You in Vegas yet?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I am too." What? What? Really? How? I ain't even think about all this. What, nigga? Shit, nigga, pull up on me. Let's go kick it. No rhyme or reason for nothing. For nothing. He's there. Weird, but okay. Everything's everything. I meet this chick, Cuban chick, cool. We kick it. I bumped her. We're just riding. Niggas do riding. Shit. I ain't doing the anonymous marriage thing no more. I tried that. It failed. Fuck that. I'm back on my player shit. So I'm riding and kicking it. And man, I don't know how they set up these scenarios, but they're good. Or I think this one might have been an accident. Um, see some chick, Cuban chick, holler at her. She's cool. She's like, I'm around the corner. Man, hop in. Whips her around the corner. The moment she gets in the car, disdain. Or I can't even say disdain, but he didn't like it. He didn't like her. He had a problem with her off the bat. Come to find out later on, both of them, they knew each other. Whatever, whatever, if I could find out what they were into, I'll know what the other one was into type shits. Because they didn't like each other. They didn't have no reason to. So he told me about her, like, man, don't trust that bitch, man. You just met that bitch. Woo, 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 woo. All this, like, nigga, you're talking to a nigga that got game. I smell the motive. But why are you know what I'm saying? I hear what you're saying. And most definitely, my nigga, you don't have to like coach me on like I just met the bitch, so don't trust the bitch. Like nigga, I ain't Willie Lump Lump, super square from Delaware. Of course don't trust the bitch. But I'm gonna get to know the bitch. How come you don't why? Off the rip, like off the rip. That's how they give themselves away. It's unwarranted, unsolicited advice. Like, why are you giving me this? Like, nigga, the world is a dangerous place. Like, every time you see me, you're not like advising me on how to be safe or whatever. But they knew each other. Because his thing was, don't trust her. And then when I'm around her, she's like, do you really know him? Where is he from? Both y'all from Minnesota? No, he's not from Minnesota. She told me he was from California. Like, this nigga ain't from California. He's from Chicago. There's a whole bunch of Chicago niggas in Minnesota. But she knew him. She gave that one away for free. My guy was hiding it that he knew her. So I still don't understand that one. But I'm digging it because she tried some fuck shit. She tried to set me up in Vegas and I caught it. So I gave her a good old proper, SP ass whooping and snatched her out my shit. And around that time, my nigga came up missing. He just disappeared. Gone. Poof. Didn't say nothing for 30 days. I'm worried about him, looking for him, trying to still run the office at the same time. And then all of a sudden the police start fucking with me. Pull me over one day just out of nowhere. And these ain't police. Like, they're police in a police car. Woo, woo, woo. Chirp me. I pull over. They get out. These motherfuckers were in Army tactical gear. All green. Solid. Not fatigues. I don't remember seeing anything that says something about police or, I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers SWAT or something. No. And I don't know. SWAT wear green. But it probably would say SWAT, right? I didn't see no SWAT. And they came out of nowhere. And they had me for about 2-3 hours. Tossed everything in my shit. Knew me. So I guess that thing about, government agencies, police from one state don't talk to each other. I mean, that's not